Hello everyone. So this video is going to discuss the famous terms open-minded and closed-minded. And I have to say that I think it will be very hard on you to keep on watching to the end. Okay, let's say it's discuss things from different perspectives. Anyway, I will start by reminding you that in our time, we are strong believers. We are strong believers. Yes, we are strong believers of the triangle approach towards things. And I mean by that to believe that there is always something in between, black, white, and gray. Very interesting that the notion closed slash open-minded doesn't classify minds in between. What is the in-between mind? There is closed mind, and there is question mark, and then there is open mind. In between doesn't exist. So your mind is either open or closed. Okay, that's your destiny with this notion. I honestly consider both to be insultive because closed seems to refer to a hopeless mind, unproductive, while open seems to refer to a mind that lacks sense. There is no sense that filters what it receives of thoughts and notions. Those terms are bounded together. In other words, if you use a closed-minded, this term, then of course you are a believer of open-minded term. So they define each other. I divided those terms to two types, main and sub. The main term out of these two is open, because I don't believe that people who are being addressed as closed or referred to as closed, I don't believe that they suddenly there's wow, inspiration that came to them, and you know what? Suddenly they say, oh, you know what? We are closed-minded. We are the closed-minded community. No, they were judged to be closed. So the main term here is open-minded. Okay. The basics of the term open-minded. So what are the basics for you to be an open-minded? There is conditions. Also, it's one condition. Acceptance. Just accept. Be open towards things and accept them. Okay. Let's stop at this point. Pause, huh? Let's stop at this pause. Let's stop at this word, acceptance. Okay. What type of acceptance? Take a break and think for yourself. What type of acceptance open-minded community calls for? Okay, I'm going to tell you. It is the selective acceptance. Selective acceptance. What does that mean? Well, this acceptance in general is practiced by all of us. So whether if you are open, closed, or the yet to come mind to the in-between mind. Okay? This means that you accept differences that do not threaten you. Do not threaten you in which terms? In terms of threatening what you believe in. Threatening your morals or set of rights and wrongs, your principles. The differences that do not contrast with you or with your set, as I said, of rights and wrongs. On the other hand, they do discourage and fight against differences that threaten or contrast with their principles slash morals slash set of rights and wrongs, etc. Actually, that's a human nature in general, like all of us. This applies to all of us, no exceptions. Okay, fighting against not necessarily with blood and guns. It could be through speeches, books, and so on. Okay, so different sets of rights and wrongs comes from different roots. The root. So different roots means different set of rights and wrongs. Therefore, different morals. Different morals, different principles. Different principles, different purpose, and different goals. Our principles affect our attitude and approach toward things around us. So if we applied those two terms on reality, we are going to find the following. Open-minded encourages certain cases, or fights for or speaks for certain cases. Close-minded people are usually, they are the conservative, traditional, or religious people. Okay. Now here's the problem. Here the problem starts. Religious communities. Okay. They are usually referred to as closed because they are not supportive of the most trendy cases that the open-minded community calls for. Now be ready. Okay, now here I'm going to test your endurance and tolerance of this video. Okay, so religious community believe in hell, heaven, God, sin, which leads to punishment, and virtues or righteousness, good deeds, that lead to rewards. Okay? Alright, so sins lead to punishments, and usually in the category or under the category of sins comes stealing, lying, cheating, adultery, homosexuality, transgender, okay, and so on. So I have pointed out two famous cases now that's being fought for by the open-minded community, which is the homosexual case and the transgender. Okay? Alright. So for religious community, those are sins. No joking. Sins. X large sins as well. Not only sins, X large. Okay? So. Alright. So they cannot, let's say that in their book, in the book of those believers, since it's famous to all of us, that believers or those people of religion, they follow certain books. Books include demands. Demands of whom? Demands of God. God, throughout the book, is instructing them what to do, what to avoid. Alright. To say that wrongs are wrong, not to fight for what they believe is sin, and to fight against it. So demands usually are concluded in this statement. Fight against sins, fight for righteousness / virtues. For them, you cannot comprehend with this society or this community by telling them that you are born that way. They don't believe that you are born in a sinful, like, I'm born without the ability to be loyal to my husband or wife. Okay, I'm born unable to marriage. Like, I cannot get married. I can only live with adultery, for example. They don't believe in that, and so they don't believe I cannot live with my body without being a transgender, or that I cannot live in the heterosexual way, without approaching people of the same sex. So to try to argue with them by saying that you are born that way is just it will not work out at all, because your root is different and their root is different. The root is different. They believe in things that you may not believe in, or maybe your concept of the same thing that they believe in is different. Okay, you believe in God, they believe in God, but your concept of God is not the same as their concept of God. Okay, you believe that such behaviors will not influence your life and so on. No, they believe that such behaviors will influence their life and the society as a whole. Regardless, the solution with this community is, according to open-minded community, because those societies or those communities are on the wrong path, they are closed. So in order for them to be addressed as open, they have 4 or 5 options. The first one is to edit their books. They have books, demands, to edit it, change it, according to the preferences of the open-minded community, or perhaps according to what serves other different communities. Second is to lie. To lie, to say, yeah, you are white, yeah, we believe you, but they don't. Okay? So, to become a hypocrite, or hypocrites. Okay. Third one is to suppress themselves, to get in another type of a closet, get inside it and lock it. Never speak, never express what they believe in, never fight for what they believe in. 4, to just, to give up on the concept of religion and so on, and change their morals to accept those differences. or those different communities. Okay, so living, that's what I believe in. And this life is like wars and weddings, both done by humans. You cannot try to make life serve one community with one unified set of morals. That's fantasy, okay? So I believe trying your best or having the ambition of making everyone the same, of everyone changing their beliefs and so on, it seems to me like trying desperately to create a Teletubbies world. Yeah, Teletubbies, exactly. That's what I mean. Okay? Honestly, I believe that this notion, this kind of, let's all be the same except everyone, this is myth. This is a myth. A myth. You are human beings, and so they are. And so are they. All of us are humans. All of us have this kind of need to express our beliefs and fight for them. So my point is instead of classifying ourselves as closed, open, okay, to claim that we are right and you are wrong, is to be able to recognize that there is no unified set of right and wrong. Therefore, okay, but to demand that we accept each other is, I believe, it's kind of like way of a big ambition. Very big, X large. Wow, plus size. It's so big. You are human, and so are they. If you have that kind of need that you want people to have the same, to adopt your notions and your morals, other people have the same feeling as well. That's why it's hard. Life is like wars and weddings. Wars and weddings, both done by humans. But look how they are so different. The same thing. The same thing when it comes about being different in terms of our political opinion, in terms of our morals and etc. What's the point of classifying you as closed or open? Sorry, but I feel that claiming that you are capable of accepting everything is just nonsense. Nonsense. Just like creating a Teletubbies world. Come on, let's all love each other. Lala, Boo, come, Pepsi, come, yeah, hey. Doesn't make sense. I swear, it seems like I love you, you love me, Barney lifestyle. Sorry, we are not Barneys. We are not Teletubbies. We are human beings. This does not apply to us. Okay, so in this life, if you have the right, or you believe that you have the right to fight for something, then other people also have the right to fight against something. And believe me, everything you fight for is something being fought against, and vice versa. This is life. Welcome to life, welcome to reality. So either accept it as it is, or not promoting false fantasy. Okay, fantasy about us all being the same and accepting each other with no differences. No, you have to realize that differences exist, and also the cases that people fight for also exist. Accept that, but do not promote for a Teletubbies world, Pokemon world. Please, guys, no. I don't like it. We are adult enough to recognize our differences and recognize our desire to speak out. Thanks for listening. I appreciate it. I hope that my point got you. Okay. And thanks a lot. Again, have a nice day. Bye.